Thank you, Praise Team. We welcome Jeff Gilbert this morning, who is a private financial associate who is going to bring us our stewardship moment. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, guys. I'm not worry about that. I realized that the mic wasn't on, and I thought perhaps there was an on-off switch, but hopefully everybody can hear me.
It's on.
A couple of questions that I wanted you to consider today, and it's interesting because they're actually found in your bulletin, opening your spiritual gifts. First question is, what are the gifts that God has given you? The follow-up question is, what gifts do you have that you can give back to God? We all have spiritual gifts. And if you don't know what your spiritual gifts are, there are readings in here. On the flip side, there's also a whole listing of definitions of different gifts with passages that you can read up on, and I would encourage you to do so. Because we all have spiritual gifts. And part of being brothers and sisters in Christ, it is our responsibility to honor God by giving our gifts back to Him. Now, most of you, as Pastor mentioned, I'm a private financial. I trust that most of you know that. One of the primary tenets behind Private is we try to strengthen people financially so that they in turn can lead generous lives, so that they in turn can give back to the community, to the people in need, to the church. We do that through action teams. Church is very much aware of those action teams. We do spaghetti dinners, Thanksgiving dinners. We're supporting those through action teams. Members are signing up to be able to get the $250 to be able to put into those events, to be able to make them happen, make them solid. And also the garden, the sewing club. Yes, did another one recently for them. And there's many others as well. So those are ways that as a private member you can give back by strengthening your church, strengthening the mission of the church. Also through choice dollars, that's another way. Adrian asked me to remind people that you don't have to have products and services with Thrivent to be a Thrivent member. You can actually be a Thrivent member by providing an annual membership of $20. And with that, it would entitle you to one action team. So with that $20 that you would put as a Thrivent member, you would be able to get $250 back from Thrivent to be able to put into some sort of mission work here at the church. So something for everyone here to consider. I wanted to also highlight a parable from the book of Matthew. The parable goes like this. Again, it will be like a man going on a journey who called his servants and entrusted his wealth to them. To one he gave 5 bags of gold, to another 2 bags, and another bag to another individual, each according to his ability. Then he went on his journey. The man who had received the 5 bags of gold, when at once put it to work, gained 5 bags more. So also, the one with 2 bags of gold, he gained 2 more. But the last man, who had received 1 bag, went off, dug it in the ground, and hid his master's money. After a long time, the master came back and returned, settled accounts with them. The man who had received 5 bags of gold brought back 5 other for the master, and he said, "You entrusted me with 5 bags of gold. See, I have gained 5 more." And his master replied, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness." The man with 2 bags of gold also came. "Master, you entrusted me with 2 bags of gold. See, I have gained 2 more." His master replied, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness." Then The man who would receive 1 bag of gold came. He said, Master, I knew you were a hard man, harvesting where you have not sown, gathering where you have not scattered seed. So I was afraid and went out and hid your gold in the ground. See, here's what belongs to you. The master replied, you wicked and lazy servant. So you knew that I harvest where I have not sown, gather where I have not scattered seed? Well then, you should have put my money on deposit with the bankers, so that when I returned, I would have received it back with interest. Take this bag of gold from him, give it to the one who has 10 bags. For whoever has will be given more, and they will have abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them. Throw that worthless servant outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So the question I ask each of us, me included, is which of the servants are we? Are you using the gifts that God has given you to glorify God?